Welcome to Endeavor TV with the brand new Motorola Moto E on the left side and the Moto G on the right side. This is a comparison video, so we will tell you what the differences are between two smartphones that are sub $200. So we only pay $119 for the Motorola Moto G, while the Moto E, while the G costs $169 or $199 depending on if you will buy the 4G or the 3G version. So you can see it right away here on the back, not the colors, but here the flashlight is the difference between G and E. Otherwise the camera is exactly the same at 5 megapixels here built in on both. So you can shoot 720p videos. On both devices you can actually take off the back cover and use Moto shells, like this one for example. That's why mine is red right now, the Moto G, but it was originally black. But both are available in black and white with interchangeable back covers or shells. So if you look at it from the front, both devices look also a little bit similar, but we have here a frontal camera 1.3 megapixel in the Motorola Moto G. The E does not have a front camera, so not perfect for selfies, but what we have here is some kind of a speaker or a microphone built in, because here on the back, like on the Moto G, there is no speaker on the back there. Otherwise, from the top, headphones and microphones same. On the bottom also micro USB for charging and using the internal memory also the same. But the Moto E is only available with actually 4 gig of internal memory, while the Moto G is available with 8 or 16. This is always interchangeable, so you have or expandable micro SD slot to put in up to 32 gig extra space. The Moto G does not have a micro SD slot, except for if you buy the LTE version for $199, then you will get an LTE or a micro SD slot to upgrade those 8 or 16 gigs. So that's a plus point for the E. It has only 4 gigs internally, not 8, but we have always the option to upgrade quite cheap with micro SDs. So we have a 4.3-inch HD display on the right side and just a QHD display, which is 960 times 640 versus 1280 times 480, I think. Display resolution, no, 720, I'm sorry. So of course higher resolution on the right side, and the display is also a little bit nicer to look at from the sides. Both have IPS, but the IPS in the Moto G is better. The display is amazing and also brighter actually in the Moto G, so when the sun will be shining. I have both on auto right now. Let's put them all to max. You can see that on the right side the Moto G is a lot brighter, which makes it also a pleasure to look at, as I said, when we are outdoors. So let's put it both back to auto. But you can see, of course, software-wise, both have KitKat, the latest Android software here already inside. I only have 4.3 right now because I didn't upgrade yet, but both have KitKat, Android 4.4. And we can start on both the camera, the 5 megapixel camera. Let's put an object here and let's see how they are in comparison. So you can see when I get a little bit closer, the iPhone has a little bit more, or this is a little bit more wide angled than the G, so the camera has maybe a little bit better optics. But what we can't do, let me just go here quickly to the menu. You can see it looks the same, but we have slow motion videos here, for example, for the G, because we have a quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 built in, not just the Snapdragon 200 like here with 2 cores. But otherwise, same options, same menu. You can go here both to the left and check out the results, and they all feel quite snappy. For browsing, both are equally good, so there's no difference there, as you can see. And otherwise, of course, as I said, size, price, and internal memory are the main differences here between these phones. If you want to see more comparison videos with the Moto E against other cheap phones like the Sony Xperia E1 L40 by LG, or even other devices that are coming out for about $100, check out my YouTube channel. This was the direct comparison with the Moto G. Here the Moto E is maybe the winner if you only want to spend $120. It's quite awesome. Thank you much for tuning in. Till next time, don't forget to subscribe, and my name is Balázs.